Oh, what's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, check it out. Lisa Bales in the building, fresh and early. What's good with you, Lisa? Appreciate you coming through, Lisa. All right, first and foremost, let me see. Let me drop this link in the chat. We can already kick this off right quick. This Canelo and BJS, Callum Smith situation. All right, they go to link. Boxing Virus in the building. What's good with you, dog? T-Tone Toledo up in the building. What's good, T-Tone? So, yeah, man. Crank this off real quick. Canelo, BJS, or Callum Smith. So, I put up a video a couple of days back, a few days back maybe, about Joe Gallagher. I had a discussion with Reynoso about Canelo fighting Callum Smith. So Joe Gallagher felt comfortable that Canelo would be in there fighting Callum Smith. He said that's what that was like 6 days ago. Wow. He said that's what Reynoso said. That's who Reynoso said he wanted to see across from Canelo come May 6th. But then I didn't know that it was 6 days ago, man. I'm just freaking throwing videos out there. But after that, BJS and Canelo was talked about. So here's the thing. Like, we neither fight have been announced yet. You know what I mean? Somebody sent me a message saying that BJS was in his camp was saying there's not going to be a fight with Canelo. I mean, we don't really know what's going on. I don't know. You know, even on that video I did, it said that Joe Gallagher, I said allegedly. I mean, that's just reporting on what Gallagher said. That doesn't mean that that's set in stone either. He said that they shook hands and talked about it and agreed that that's would be the fight. But you know, Reynoso or Gallagher don't make the fight for Canelo. Oscar and Canelo and their team, they're the ones who really going to make the fight. I guess the zone will set up the fight or whatever. Ain't no telling who is going to be. I would rather see Canelo. Stylistically, I would rather see Canelo fight Billy Joe Saunders because of the way Billy Joe Saunders move, and I just want to see a good match. I think that Billy Joe Saunders at this point would be a tougher match for Canelo than Callum Smith. I think that Canelo beats Callum Smith. I just think he beats Callum Smith. Probably, potentially stop Callum Smith. John Ryder was giving Callum Smith all he can handle. And, John Ryder's no Canelo Alvarez. I just really can't. And Canelo's coming down from 175. So there's no worries about can he make the weight or not. Like, we know he can make the weight. So stylistically, I think that Billy Joe Saunders would be a better matchup for Canelo. Is that the fight we're going to get? Who knows? I think that, if I had to take my choice, I would lean toward Callum Smith. I think that would be the next fight for Canelo. He'll be fighting for a belt, and to be perfectly honest, it's a bit of an easier fight, in my opinion, to fight Callum Smith versus Billy Joe Saunders. So, who knows? JB in the building. What's good, JB? Appreciate you coming through. Augustine. What's good with you, Augustine? I see you there. I don't know what the hell just happened. What's good with you? But BJS wouldn't be a bad fight either. I mean, Canelo need to go over to the UK. Either way, he fight either guy. He can fight either guy in the UK. They both got fans, over there. So he could go either spot. I think he should go to the UK, though, and fight over there, whether it be Callum Smith or BJS, just to get out. I mean, go to another country. He's already probably the most popular boxer in boxing, but that could definitely increase his popularity, a big UK fight like that. T-Tone said they already putting down undefeated BJS. What, after the Canelo fight? Please. That's a far stretch. That's a far stretch right there. I can't. Yeah, I don't know how they just gonna hand that to Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, who is Billy Joe Saunders beating to say that he's gonna go in there and beat Canelo? He doesn't have a fight to say that. Chin Smoke in the building. What's good with you, Chin? Tim W in the building. What's good, Tim? Darkness is falling. Stepped in. Canelo should fight BJS because he hasn't fought a southpaw for a while since Kirkland. Yeah. Again, like stylistically, Darkness, I'm with you. That's the best fight. To me, that's clearly the best fight. Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo. The easier fight, in my opinion, is Callum Smith. And hell, Canelo just came off a fight with Kovalev at 175, and it wasn't a grueling fight for him, but still, it was a fight against a 175-pound champion. And either way you look at it, he's fighting in a higher weight class, 168, lower than what he just fought at, but he was never campaigning at 175. The last weight class he was campaigning at was 160. So it's higher than that weight class. He's fighting for a title. Yet another title, as a matter of fact. So, either way, man, one thing about it is we're gonna hear crap from the Canelo haters, no matter which one of those guys he decide to pick. Because you think about it like this: if he fights Callum Smith, people gonna say, "Oh, he ducked BJS. He didn't want that BJS smoke." If he fights BJS, he ducked Charlo and Andre. He don't want to go back down there and handle his business at 160. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. If he go fights Andre, he ducked Charlo. If he go fight Charlo and beat him up, he didn't want to smoke with Andre. You even got idiots out there talking about he's ducking Beterbiev, even though he was never campaigning at 175. So no matter what way Canelo go, somebody's going to be unhappy about it. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. Hey, Lisa Chin Smoke, what's going on? What's up? All right, everybody. JB, oh yeah, JB, how is your mom doing, bro? I meant to ask you about that. How's Mom Dukes doing, brother? Yeah, JB, that's what I'm saying. The smarter fight for Canelo and his team is Smith. I'm not saying that it's a sure win, but a better percentage of a win than another title. It's so funny that people are calling Canelo duck and cherry pick or whatever the hell names, and he's fighting for titles, man. Like, I just don't get the boxing community sometimes. Like, this guy is not fighting. Like, Charlo just fought Dennis Hogan. What were you getting out of that fight? People talking about Canelo ducking Charlo, this, that, and the third, ducking Andre, ducking Beterbiev, but he's fighting Kovalev for a title. Charlo fought Dennis Hogan. Now you're not even responding to $7 million to fight for a title. No matter if Canelo fights BJS next or if he fights Callum Smith next, he is getting ready to take another fight for a title while Jamal Charlo just turned down a fight for a title. Or if he ain't turned it down, he damn sure ain't responded to it yet. So, like, I don't understand, like, how is this? It doesn't really matter who Canelo fights. It's a good fight. Callum Smith, BJS, it's a good fight, bro. So, man, I don't know, man. Canelo, he can't do anything right, that's for sure. Tim said Lisa doing pretty good. Got some roll. Everybody saluting each other. That's what's good. Great, Tim. Good to hear. JB said, Mom is doing great back at home, brother. Oh, hell yeah. That's what's up, JB. That's what's good, bro. So, that's going to be the story. No matter where Canelo goes, I would like to see him after whichever fight he picks, whether it's Callum Smith or Billy Joe Saunders. Me personally, I would like to see Canelo drop back down to 160 and beat up one of those guys, man. Forget about GGG because That's the third time. He already beat him up. If you have a draw the first time, whoever win the second fight, that's the man. Y'all tied the first time, so whoever win the second fight, that's the man. Same thing I really feel about Fury and Wilder. I don't care. It was a draw in the first fight. Call it a robbery or not. Whoever wins this rematch right here, that's the man. The third fight, I'm not really interested in. And I don't even care if Fury loses. I mean, I guess it could depend on how they lose the fight. You know, if it's another shaky scorecard or something like that, then okay. We want to see the rematch. If it's one of those fights where both guys go down, and you know what I mean, if it's that type of event, then maybe, you know. But outside of that, man, whoever wins that fight next, that's the man. That's how I look at it. And in shape, BJS is a good boxer. Yeah, I hear you, Lisa. Is he going to be in shape? I mean, he moves pretty well, and like I'm not taking anything away from BJS. I don't think that he beats Canelo, but you know, he's not a bad boxer. He's a pretty. I think that he would be probably in tip top shape going into that Canelo fight, Lisa. If not, he's a fool. Samuel Shaw, Boca Burger Slim, Lisa Bell, JB Tim W, hashtag BC. What's up, Samuel? JB says, I think Charlo fight is coming end of the year or early. Man, I don't even care. I really don't even care about that fight, JB. that fight is to silence the fanboys. I really have no interest or give a damn about Canelo fighting Charlo. And I don't even care what anybody say. Like, I'm not interested in that fight. Like I always say, I'm interested in fights that I feel like will be a good fight. I think the fight with Canelo versus Charlo will be a one-sided fight. And yeah, I'm a fan of Canelo, but he'll get a belt, he'll unify, great. But I think it's a lot more fights that I would rather see than him fighting Charlo. Shit, I would rather see him fight BJS. I mean, no, not BJS. Demetrius Andre. Before I sit and watch him fight Charlo, I would definitely rather see that fight. Now Canelo fans pushing for the Charlo fight. It's becoming a big money fight. Yeah, well, I see that, man. You know, and they'll cash in too. Oscar De La Hoya and DAZN and fucking Canelo, because I know they're not worried about Charlo. But if the fight makes sense as far as financially and it's bringing enough money, they'll put him in there with Charlo. He's gonna beat him up and take the belt that's given to him. I guess it's gonna have to be given to someone else, because what is Canelo gonna do with the franchise belt and the WBC belt? But Charlo damn sure got to kick it. But they just gonna put it back on the auction block. I guess whoever the highest bidder is can buy it after Canelo takes it from Charlo. You know, but yeah. I mean, if it makes sense, they'll make the fight happen. No doubt, JB. I feel you on that, bro. You know, it's all about the money at the end of the day. Like the Bob Arum, you know, Showbiz the Adult. Shout out to Showbiz the Adult, man. I'll be reading so many articles because I do boxing, MMA, and basketball. And so I read this article about Bob Arum, you know, and freaking Big Titty Miller. And fucking I'm late on the news or whatever. So I put the video up and I'm like, yeah, Bob Arum. I don't know. I named it something like criminals and or you know, to some bullshit and crime, you know, partners in crime or something like that. But so Bob Arum dealing with Jarrell Miller, and it doesn't really matter. Like the thing that I was just saying about Bob Arum is like, why wouldn't he deal with Jarrell Miller? Jarrell Miller already did his suspension for the PEDs or whatever, but who is Bob Arum to judge? Like that dude is crooked as a question mark. He been popped for illegal shit before in the court of law. So, I mean, when it come to making money, Bob Arum's gonna make that money. But anyhow, I put the video up. Showbiz put a comment up there like, man, he signed him and back in such and such. I was like, oh damn. Too many articles, man. Sometimes I catch me slipping like that. If Canelo fight Charlo, then GGG should fight Boo Boo. Right. And they should fight anyway right now, Lisa. You know what I'm saying? GGG, Charlo, GGG, Boo Boo, whatever. They should be fighting right now. But definitely if that happened, if he fights any one of them and the other two are still sitting there crying for their shot at Canelo, fuck that, bro. Like, if he fights any one of them, even if he take a third fight with Gigi, Charlo and Boo Boo got to fight again. Or if he fights Boo Boo, then Charlo and GGG got to fight. Either way, bro, like, there's no way Canelo should sit there and go fight each one of them. Like, fuck all that, man. These dudes are pathetic the way they're moving. It just doesn't make any sense at all, man. Seriously, like, they're not trying to establish or get anything. Now, I will say this. Andre is going after Charlo, so that's evident. I can't really hold too much heat on Andre. GGG ducking both of them. In my assessment, he don't want to fight Andre, and he don't want to fight Charlo either. Especially now, I bet you GGG feel like he took a chance in trying to satisfy the people and almost got his ass whipped by Deverenchenko. I think after that pound that Deverenchenko put on GGG, I don't think he want to take no more chances. That motherfucker gonna play it safe. It's Canelo or nothing. That bastard gonna have safe fights until he get that third fight with Canelo. GGG ain't trying to see Andre. He ain't trying to see Charlo, Chris Eubanks. He ain't trying to see nobody tough, man. Nobody tough. That's just how I see it with GGG, man. So, but Andre, man, Andre and Charlo is the fight to me that really needs to happen, bro. That fight really needs to happen. It's too much nonsense, bro. Like, how is this even acceptable? And then the dude, like, he won't take the Andre fight with $7 million or however much money they offered this dude, man. I don't know. However much money they offered Charlo, he should have been all over that money. Charlo ain't made he has not. When Danny Jacobs ran up on Jamal Charlo in that hallway, he said, man, don't try to lie to these people. You're not seeing them M's. And he was talking about millions. So you're not seeing them M's. You're not seeing them M's. M's. Not one M. Not 1 million. Now Hunter just offered you 7? Nigga, 7? And you don't take it, man. You got to be kidding me. This dude, that is a duck. Look, none of these PBC lovers should even attempt to argue the fact that Jamal Charlo ducked Demetrius Andre. I don't want to hear anything they have to say. Period. Nothing. Because it's unification. So there's no other fight that they can. The only fight that they could come with, if he's not going to fight Andre, the only fight that they could come with that is acceptable to me, and I doubt that it'll pay as much money, is the GGG fight. Then again, it could pay the same because, shit, he had the zone too. But will GGG fight him? No. But that's the only fight that I would accept Jamal Charlo being in outside of. You already had an easy fight, bro. You just fought Dennis Hogan. So you don't need a tune-up. You don't need a easy fight. You don't need nothing. He needs to fight a beast. That's what you are, a champion. You defended against a low-level fighter and Dennis Hogan coming up in weight from 154. That was your first title defense. Now his next fight has to be a beast. And it should be, in my opinion, one of the champions. Now, again, we know that GGG is not going to take the fight. He won't take the fight with Charlo. He won't take the fight with Andre. Well, you should be trying to unify. I don't get how people are trying to rationalize or get over the fact that Charlo is not trying to unify. No other fight makes sense. You're getting more money than you have ever been paid. Because forget about what the rumors are, what people can prove. When Danny Jacobs ran up on Charlo in that hallway and said, you're not making M's for this fight. You know you're not making M's. Charlo didn't deny it. He didn't say anything. So if it wasn't any truth to it, Those loudmouth motherfuckers, you wouldn't like, shit, I made $2 million for this fight. I made $3 million for that fight. I get paid millions, but he don't. And he know he don't. So this ain't really no speculation. We know he not getting millions for a fight. He just got offered 7 of them to unify. And we get no response. That is the biggest duck call in the world, bro. Like, this nigga swimming in a pond of ducks right now with that one. Is no fight he can take on that's going to justify that fight. Nothing. Nothing next. Nothing but GGG. And we know that fight won't happen. So, Callum Smith, BJS, that's what's next. Get in line, Andre, Charlo, get in line. And JB, if you're right, and that Charlo fight is building up and, you know, the fans want it and all of that, I think that's a perfect move. Canelo go and fight. Callum Smith, take that belt, you know. He's working at 168. Then he slide on down. Go ahead and snatch that money up by beating up Charlo. Take that belt and then shut all of the fanboys up. And then, because I don't care what Canelo does next anyway, right now. But after he does that with Charlo, I don't care what he does after that point, because it'd be nothing to defend. They think Charlo is so great. So if he goes and comes back down to 160 and beats up Charlo, and they think Charlo's so great, they shouldn't have any more problems with saying that Canelo is great after that Charlo win. It shouldn't be any more discussion because he beat y'all's champion. Y'all keep hollering about Charlo this, Charlo that. If he beats him, then y'all have to admit that Canelo is great. You have to. Charles D in the building. What's good with you, Charles D? You just have to admit Canelo's great after that. They probably won't anyway. Even if he beats Charlo, the great Charlo, they probably still won't admit that, you know, Canelo is great, which I wouldn't understand. I don't understand half the stuff that these PBC lovers and everybody else haters is basically what they are. It's like PBC or nothing, man. But I want to see what the excuse would be. But I think that would be a perfect path for Canelo to take Callum Smith, go fight him in the UK, and then after that, set up and sign a fight for Charlo and just take him out, man. Just beat him up, take him out, end all the end all the talk, end all of the tomfoolery, and then love you, baby. And then, you know what I mean? So, moving on though, I wanted to talk about this whole Manny Pacquiao situation, with Crawford Spence and all of that shit. Bro, I put a video up on this, man. I just put a video up on this situation. You know, Pacquiao, first and foremost, man, like people need to, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, people need to get off Pacquiao's balls, bro. I'm going to say it just like that. You know, starting to hear people talk about Pacquiao ducking or cherry picking or any of that nonsense. Let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at the list of names that he's contemplating fighting. This is how stupid, I mean, extremely stupid people are, bro. The man is 40 years old. And all of these ding-dings that said that had no problem at all with Errol Spence fighting Mikey Garcia. How the hell are they saying that a 40-year-old dude is cherry-picking or taking a duck by fighting Mikey Garcia? If this is not the most ridiculous thing that I've heard, bro. Like, if you just look at the names of the guys that Manny Pacquiao is talking about fighting, bro. King got game, salute. What's good with you? Oh, Tom Ross, why don't you click that link and come on up here on this panel, man? Speak your mind. This is Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Tom Ross, link right in the chat for you. Come on up here and speak your mind. Now, he don't got to go back to He Knows the Sports of August. He can come up here and speak his mind. Let me see what this nigga talk about. Who has Canelo beaten without rehydration clause, catch weight, etc.? Why don't you come up here and talk about it, Tom? You know, click that link there, buddy. buddy boy. Anyway, let me continue. I just noticed Tom Ross came in there. I like to talk about it, Tom. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Step up and speak your mind. But Mikey Garcia, like, okay, so we looking at the names of Manny Pacquiao, a 40-year-old champion who's doing the things that these young fighters refuse to do concerning Terrence Crawford, like go sign the fucking contract. So we looking at a guy and Manny Pacquiao, and look at the names. He's talking about fighting either Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, or Sean Paul, or Terrence Crawford. Are you freaking kidding me, bro? Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, or Mikey Garcia, or Danny Garcia. Like, bro, what the hell is the matter with people concerning Manny Pacquiao, bro? It's just ridiculous, dog. Like, what are you? How can you call this man a duck with those lists, with that list of names? Okay, here's the thing. He just fought Keith Thurman. Everybody's seen that was not an easy fight. Without the knockdown, that fight could have went to a draw. Literally could have went to a draw. But that is the fight that Manny Pacquiao just got out of. Boxing Monster in the building. What's up? Intangible in the building. What's good with you? Boxing Monster, Intangible. Pacquiao need to drop the belt if he wants to wrestle. Man, Smoke. I'm not even starting with your ass because you talking foolery right now, dog. Oh, I was just. So anyway, like I was saying, and let me put that link in the chat. Is everybody welcome who to come up here and talk about this? We got something to say about that. Anyway, none of the names on the list. Like, why should he have to drop the belt? He just fought a champion. He just got the belt. So, see, this is the type of foolishness, bro. This is the type of foolishness. And this is why I always come after you, particularly, Smoke, because of the shit you be saying. Now, y'all listen to this. This man right here, Get This Smoke, says Pacquiao need to drop the belt if he wants to rest on his laurels. So, Pacquiao, a 42-year-old dude that just fought Keith Thurman now. He didn't just get the belt. He fought Keith Thurman to win the belt. Pacquiao, 42-year-old guy who just fought, or 40-year-old guy who just fought Keith Thurman to take this belt, needs to drop the belt if he wants to rest on his laurels. But this guy that says this, that puts this statement in the chat, is the same guy that will sit up here and not say this about Jamal Charlo, who did not fight for the belt like Pacquiao. He didn't fight a champion. He got it handed to him. And then, in his first title defense, wants to fight a Dennis Hogan. Whereas Pacquiao fought for his belt, now he can't fight a Mikey Garcia, which is still more viable than a Dennis Hogan. Because at this weight class, Mikey Garcia is still more viable than a Dennis Hogan. See? But there's no problem with Charlo doing that. He don't have to drop no belt. But now Manny, 40 years old, has to drop a belt. Right, Smoke? Right, Smoke? Like, explain that to me. This is the type of shit that you say that make me come after you. Talking about somebody always mess with you. How the hell? Well, so you're saying that Charlo need to drop his belt too then, right, Smoke? You must be saying that, right? Charlo need to drop his belt too, right? Because champs are about being the best, not babysitting the belt and reliving the glory days. I want undisputed. Okay, so why are you not saying that about Charlo? Still, you're not. Charlo just got offered $7 million. You said you want undisputed. He just fought a Dennis Hogan. You said nothing about that. Now Pacquiao needs to drop the belt. So Charlo need to drop the belt too, right? Get This Smoke? Because if you saying that, you must be saying that Charlo needs to drop the belt too. Because again, Manny Pacquiao fought for his belt. He fought a champion for his belt. He didn't get it handed to him because the WBC decided to create some damn franchise belt and hand it off to the next man up. That's how Charlo got his belt. He didn't have to fight a champion like Manny Pacquiao. So in both of their next fights, in both of their next fights, you're telling me that it's cool for Charlo to defend against a 154-pounder moving up, but Manny has to drop his belts. And then you say because champs are about being the best, not babysitting the belt and reliving the glory days. I want undisputed. So if you want undisputed, get this smoke. And you demand that Manny Pacquiao should drop his belt, get this smoke. Well, then where's that same energy about Charlo? Because you should be with these two fucking comments you just put in here, get this smoke. You should definitely be demanding that Jamal Charlo take that goddamn contract from Andre. But you don't like to speak on those type of things, get this smoke. You want to say something about Manny Pacquiao. But then you don't want us to sit here and act like you know, you're this and that. Get out of here, bro. That's your problem. That's your problem. Who said Charlo has done enough? Not me. Yeah, but why you never spoke on it either, though? You're making demands that Manny Pacquiao drop his belt. And we're just talking about this. So if you have those ideas about that, why didn't you ever say Jamal Charlo should drop his belt? Keep the same energy. Nigga, you don't keep the same energy, and this is proof of that. Because we've already talked about Jamal Charlo. So if this is your ideology on what they should do if they're not trying to fight the best and be the best, then where was your demand for Charlo to dump the belt if he's just going to sit on it? You never made that demand. This conversation is just coming up. We've been talking about Charlo, and you never fucking made that demand. Now all of a sudden you're making that demand of Manny Pacquiao. Why didn't you make the demand of Charlo before? Because you're biased, bro. You're one-sided, and you just don't want to admit it. That's why. That's why I get this smoke. You're biased, bro. It's just that simple, bro. You keep trying to hide the fact. Just admit it. Just admit it. Accept it. You the one you talk about we charge you or try to paint a picture. I'm just asking you questions. You paint your own picture. I never once heard you. We talked about Charlo plenty of times. I never once heard you say Charlo should drop his belt. Now, under the same circumstance, and not even the same circumstances, because Manny won his belt, you're demanding that Manny Pacquiao should just drop his belt. You full of shit on that, bro. You full of it on that. You can't even. Pacquiao don't even have an opponent lineup. Come on. Yeah, he don't. He don't have an opponent lineup. But these are just the names. These are the names. And you know what I mean? Like, with these names, how can people talk about cherry picking and ducking with those names, with those listed potentials on his next fight? Danny, Manny, Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. With any of those names, how can he be ducking or cherry picking anything? Like, people so stupid with the narratives, man. Baby said he just beat Thurman. Yeah, exactly. He just beat Thurman for the belt, but Jamal Charlo gets handed his. And he never said anything about babysitting when Jamal Charlo decided to fight a fucking Dennis Hogan instead of unifying. He just said he want unification. So where was your energy to demand Charlo to the Andre fight? And you still ain't demanding it. And the man got $7 million in the balance. But you want to demand Pacquiao drop his belt. Man, get out of here with that damn double standard bias ass shit. Smoke. Mikey Garcia is fighting Vargas. Don't nobody want to hear that shit, bro. Don't nobody want to hear that shit at all. Don't nobody want to hear that. Where was your demand on Charlo? He just turned out $7 million. You say you want unification, right? Ain't that what you just said in your own comment? We don't have to make this up. You just said you want unification. Where was the demand on Charlo to dump the belt? Give it back to the WBC and tell them to name somebody else champion. Where's your demand on that? But you want to demand Manny Pacquiao dump a belt. Get out of here, bro. Iron Cone in the building. Iron Cone, salute to you, fam. My man Flame on 2-4 in the building. What's good with you? Let me see. Thurman was a much bigger threat than man. You think what to Manny Pacquiao? I don't know about that, JB. Not this Thurman and Pacquiao far. I don't think he was a much bigger threat than Pacquiao. Much bigger threat for Pacquiao than Porter. Thurman, think Sean Porter and Danny Garcia beat Thurman now. They might have lost to him before, but I think they beat this version of Keith Thurman. Because both of their fights, the fight with Porter and Thurman and Garcia and Thurman, both of those fights was close. So I really don't, I think they beat him. Little Thanos in the building. Yeah, she fixing her some food. Chad Mullen, what's good with you, fam? Appreciate you coming through, brother. See what y'all talking about, man. How did that thing go so far behind?
You can buy some pizza rolls.
Let me see. Smoke bias. Yeah. He got the LDBC narrative. He get mad when I say that, but he always come with it. That's just how it is. I ain't assaulting him, man. You go back and look at this comment. He assaulted himself coming with that tomfoolery, man. Talking about Pacquiao should dump the belts. But then you don't require Charlo to do the same thing because under his rationalization, that's all I was talking about. The way he rationalized it. He was talking about Pacquiao should dump his belts and not sit on them. Pacquiao should fight the best, even though he just won it from a champion. That's just what this man was saying. So going off of his rationalization, then he should have the same demand for Charlo. Talking about, well, I didn't know why nobody said this. You never spoke on it, though. You speaking on Manny, but you ain't speaking on it on Charlo. That's double standard. Family Feud. Yeah, that's a funny. All right, here we go. Here we go. That's right, Smoke. Speak on it.
I can't hear you, so hold on. Let me fix my sound.
Get this Smoke bias for PBC. Spence injured. He should drop his. Yeah.
No, I can't hear you.
Drop his. Yep. Spence should drop his belt too. Flame on, great point. Yeah, he getting his mic fixed. We're going to hear from him in a minute. Fucking Monster, you crazy. Lydia, what's good with you, Lydia? Appreciate you coming through. Hey, D. Every time I come over here, you are killing someone with the facts. Hey, man.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just do what I can.
What's up,
do,
man? How you doing?
I'm all right. What's good with your Smoke?
Another day, another dollar hanging in. Thanks for asking. Hope everything's going well with everybody on the panel and the chat.
No doubt. Martin Bramos in the building. What's up, Martin? I see you, fam. So, yeah, man. Go ahead and break that down for me. And where I can understand is, like, how can we demand that Manny Pacquiao dump his belt? But prior to having this conversation, I never heard that demand for Charlo. And he's even in a worse situation. If Manny Pacquiao should dump his, then he should damn sure dump his. But I've never heard you say that. That's the point I'm making here.
So how many fights do you think Pacquiao?
You said what?
How many fights you think Pacquiao has left?
How can I determine that? We never know when a fighter's going to turn old overnight. We never know how long they can go. Some of them go longer than others. We don't know what an athlete, that's not an individual. I can't determine that. Pacquiao could have 2 fights left. He could have 5 fights left. There's no way to determine that.
Okay. So how many years do you think Pacquiao has left?
Again, Smoke, it's the same thing, really. It's his age. He's 42. Listen,
I know he's 42.
Could he fight to 44? Could he fight to 45? There's no way to really determine that. He's already a freak. Hold on. He's already a freak because of the things he's done, the weight classes he's transcended in. So it's no telling how much greater he can be. My guess would be 3 years. Tops.
Okay. Tops. All right. So Charlo, you'd say what? Maybe 10 years? 10 years tops?
30? What is he, 30? Could be.
Yeah.
What's good, Bradley? What's good, Dragon Leg? Yeah.
So the issue really between these two guys specifically, since you wanted to do the comparison between these two guys, is that they're completely at different in their career. That's really all it is. with Charlo and the Undisputed, there's some politics and there's some business things to work out. Canelo still has a couple belts. There's Andrade over there, but they're on a different broadcasting. They're under 3 different promotional companies. There's different financial entities backing both players that also have business interests. There's a lot kind of going on with Charlo, and he's not at the end of his career. That would be my reasoning for why you would have one energy for Charlo specifically versus Manny specifically. But the other part of it is what they're actually talking about and what the expectations are. Because I don't actually expect Manny to be around for years. I expect Manny to be around for maybe 2 or 3 fights, depending on the outcome of those fights. Right?
Real quick, let me speak on this. Augustin Rose said, get this smoke steps up. Not like he knows his sports, Tom Ross. Facts, Augustin Rose. Tom Ross came in here, spit some dumb shit, and then ran out like a little bitch. And I put the link in the chat for him. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah, I was just saying that, Manny is, he has to treat essentially each fight like his last. So he has to maximize both legacy and dollars. Like, I don't know that Mikey's a good fight, but Mikey already has a fight. So who is Manny going to fight?
Okay. Mikey got a fight. Manny can fight him after that fight.
Right. So what is Pacquiao supposed to do? Wait around for Mikey Garcia?
I mean, it's no. But see, look, you said what is Pacquiao supposed to do? Wait around. If Pacquiao got no problem waiting around, he don't got shit to do, bro. That doesn't mean he got to go toss himself in the ring with a Spence or a Crawford. You can't demand that Manny Pacquiao dumps his belt. Like, how the fuck? What I'm saying is this. So all of that you just explained still doesn't say how can you not have the demand for Charlo? How can he turn down? Seb, you said you want undisputed. You say you want unifications, right?
Yes.
Charlo is right in line for unification. So under your ideology, if he does not want to unify, then he should dump the belt and not just sit on it. Because that's what Charlo's
completely different things. Like I just said, like
Andre, or he's just sitting on the belt, like you said. He's just sitting on it.
Like I said, Manny Pacquiao is on a fight-to-fight basis for the end of his career. Charlo is not on a fight-to-fight basis for the end of his career.
So what
happens in Manny's next? So what happens in Manny's next fight could be the end of his career.
So what?
Have his fight. Do you want him to? I'll tell you what. So what? If I am Manny, I want to do the most I can for my legacy, to increase my legacy, my already fantastic, phenomenal legacy. I'd like to add to it. And also, I would like to add to my phenomenal and fantastic earnings. And you know how you do that? It certainly isn't by fighting the 3rd and 4th tier guys. It's about fighting the best guys. At Manny Pacquiao at Errol Spence at Cowboy Stadium is a massive fight. It's probably the 2nd most lucrative fight or 3rd most lucrative fight in all of boxing. So if Manny, for me, if I'm trying to maximize the end of my career, that's when you get your biggest paydays. That's what I'm going for.
Okay. Well, if he's trying to maximize the end of his career, I think that most people in this chat would agree with me and say that Manny Pacquiao would most likely beat Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, that fight. Let me finish. Don't fight that. Let me finish. Manny Pacquiao, Mikey Garcia, that fight will sell. He will get good money off that fight. And that fight, go fight Errol Spence. Because that fight's still going to be on the table and it will still sell. And then he would definitely maximize his way out the door, because I don't think he'll beat a Spence. But on his way out the door, he would have fought a big fight with Mikey and then an even bigger fight with Spence. So that matches up with what we're talking about as far as maximum. But as far as the demand, because you're moving, that's when they say moving the goalpost. Let's stick with the demand of, and you said just because he's old. Who the hell cares that he's old? It's still a fight with another champion. It's still a demand for unification. Pacquiao's age doesn't change the demand, bro. If you want unifications, then you should demand Charlo to take the Andre fight because he's already fought a tune-up, confidence builder, a bullshit fight, as you can call it, and a Dennis Hogan. He needs to fight great. And the greatest fight that's right here on the table for him is unification. But yet you say Manny should dump, and you're saying nothing about Charlo. You can't defend that, bro. You can't say because Manny is old and this and that, all that bullshit. No, we're talking the demand. And if you're going to have that type of demand for Manny, then you have to have that type of demand for Charlo, or that's what's called double standard and not keeping it the same energy, bro. You can't demand Manny dump his belts with that list of names. Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, Terrence Crawford, or Errol Spence. All of those names are way better than a fucking Dennis Hogan, bro. Are you kidding me? That shit makes no sense.
What makes no sense to me is that big match career or anything like that.
You break it up. Yeah, you break it up real bad. I'm gonna go to the chat while you fix that. Spencer's on medical leave.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get the smoke. Shut the.
Go ahead.
Are you good now? All right, go ahead. Because you was breaking up at first. Go ahead.
Oh, again, is in Pacquiao is a good. I'm not talking about whether or not the quality of the fight is a good fight. What we're
and big money too. Let's not forget that, and it would be big money too.
Right, but we're not talking about big money. We're talking about the most money because, like we said, it's a good fight. Okay. So Mikey could end Pacquiao on that night. We said he could get old overnight in that fight. We're at the end of Pacquiao's career. Each fight has to be like it's his last fight. Your last fight is not Mikey Garcia. But if you go out versus Terrence Crawford, then you went out against one of the best. If you go out against Spence, then you went out against one of the best. If you go out against Mikey Garcia, go out against Mikey Garcia, you did not go out against the best.
Okay.
Right. Charlo, and as far as the unification on Charlo, to me it seems like the pressure should be on Andrade to make the fight with Canelo because they are on the same side. They can actually make that fight. They don't have all of the amount of politics that you need to go through to make a fight. The only politics it is whether or not Canelo wants to fight Andre. That's it.
Wait a minute.
So once they have all of those, once they have all of those belts, and once they consolidated all of those belts, then it makes business sense for the whoever it is that backs Charlo to either let him go for a fight or maybe the fight is big enough that everybody can make some money.
Okay.
Because at this point, neither Charlo or let me just finish. At this point, neither Charlo or Andre are big enough draws or big enough names that it makes financial sense for anybody to switch over. For the Zone to let Andre go or for Fox to let Charlo go.
Okay. Let me get some shout outs right quick before I get into that bullshit. Johnny Boy, what's good with you? Appreciate you coming through. Stefan, what's up, dog? Appreciate you coming through. I'm gonna drop that link in the chat too, just in case any of y'all want to jump up on here with me and Smoke. Lofi in the building. What's good with you, Lofi? All right, man. Smoke, dog. I don't understand like where you be coming from with this stuff. I really don't, because so you're gonna sit here and tell me that the demand should be for Canelo to fight Andre, but not Charlo to accept this offer. Are you freaking kidding me? Do you know how many belts Canelo has and what Canelo has been accomplishing, and Charlo has not accomplished nothing? The fool got the belt handed to him. The demand should be for him to do something. How could you even form your lips to say some tomfoolery like that, bro. It shouldn't be no demand. I don't care about all of this. Oh, it's easy on the same side of the street. At one point in time, Deontay Wilder and half of your guys say that side of the street is bullshit. Now, all of a sudden, the side of the street is back in play. Man, kill all of that nonsense. Ain't no fucking side of the street. Jamal Charlo, all of the onus should be on Jamal Charlo because Canelo is contemplating fighting a champion, regardless of what you're talking about. It shouldn't be no demand on him fighting Demetrius Andre, a 160-pound champion, when he's contemplating finding a 168-pound champion. Are you fucking nuts? The 160-pound champion and Charlo, who has nothing in front of him, who just fought a worthless fight against Dennis Hogan, the onus should be on him to accept the fucking deal that's been offered to him already to unify. Are you mad right now? Are you mad?
Are you talking to me? Are you mad?
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like you.
Now, fool. Of course, I'm talking to you.
It sounds like you mad. I'm not mad.
I'm not talking about mad as far as the emotional state. I'm talking about El Loco, crazy, deranged.
I know you want to sound. Yes, that sounds like you. That sounds like you. Like it would have been. You would have been better off. You would have been better off. You would have been better off with the analogy.
Manny Pacquiao should dump his belt.
Yes.
Charlo. So if Manny Pacquiao should dump his belt and Canelo should have the heat on him to fight Andre, then what the fuck should Charlo do? Explain this to a smoke, because this nigga ain't doing nothing. So you talking about a Manny Pacquiao who has established and have accomplished so much, a Canelo Alvarez who's fighting a champion who has also established and accomplished so much. They should do this. Manny should dump a belt or go do this. Canelo should have the pressure on him to fight Andre. Then what the fuck should Charlo do with the belt that was given to him? Just sit around, nigga, because you ain't put up nothing about what Charlo should do after just fighting a fucking Dennis Hogan. That's what makes you sound mad.
So here's I can answer. I can answer. Like, it would have been better if you asked me if I think Manny should drop. Why I'm not asking Canelo to drop, but that doesn't go along with your narrative of just banging on Charlo.
Your narrative.
No, your narrative. I didn't interrupt at all. I didn't interrupt you at all. I didn't interrupt you at all. Okay, go ahead. You got it. You got the floor.
No, you got it. What the fuck should Charlo do? That's what I'm going on.
I got it. See, here's the thing. I got it. I got it. See, here's the thing. Is that the initial premise and why I said what I said was because you said Manny has done enough already. If Manny has done enough already, then he should give up the belts. He doesn't need a belt because he's done enough already. But if he's going to keep the belts, then he should actually do what a champion does. Right? If you want to switch that to Charlo, nobody said Charlo has done enough already, so that he just has to do willy-nilly. That is the issue between what this whole comparison between Charlo and Manny doesn't make any sense. For one guy, you're trying to give him a pass from being a champ. The other guy, you want him to live up to what Manny's already done. Doesn't really make sense, this comparison you're doing. If you want to give Manny a pass, fine. Manny can get a pass for serving rendered. That means give up the damn belt and stop holding the division hostage. However, if you're talking about Charlo is not at the end of his career. He has plenty of fights left in him, and there's already enough drama going on in the division that have nothing to do with it. Just because you don't like the way Charlo is moving doesn't mean that all of a sudden now he has to switch from where he fights to go to somewhere where he doesn't fight in order to satisfy your need for Charlo to do something.
See, you just keep sounding sillier and sillier and sillier, Smoke. Now, motherfucker, this all started off by you making the demand that Manny Pacquiao should just dump his belts because of what you want him to do. My whole thing was, how can you make that demand on Manny Pacquiao? But listen to what you just said about Charlo, bro. Listen to what you just said about him. Where is the fucking demand on Charlo, Smoke? Because you still have not expressed the demand. How can you demand that Manny Pacquiao, and don't sit here and say that because I said he has accomplished so much. Are you freaking blind? Just go read up what he's accomplished. It's because of what he's actually done in boxing. Charlo ain't done a fucking thing but beat J-Rock and had a belt given to him. That's what he's done in boxing. So if you're going to demand a man that is as accomplished as Manny Pacquiao to dump a belt if he doesn't go unify, what the fuck? Are you crazy right now? Charlo just got offered $7 million to unify. How can you get this smoke? Demand Manny Pacquiao, as accomplished as he is, to dump his belt if he doesn't unify, but have no demands on Charlo. Are you fucking, you must be smoking some real potent shit right now to try to get that one to fly. Really?
Okay. I'll try this. I'll try to pass it this one more time. If you want for Manny to be retired because he's an old great, then let him retire and be an old great. If you want him to be a champion because he has a belt, then let him do what champions do and fight the belt. Nobody is saying that Charlo needs to. Nobody is saying that Charlo has done enough and therefore he can fight whoever he wants. Nobody is saying that.
Dude,
you are saying that about Manny. So
no
if you're saying that
fighter
about
is
Manny,
expected,
then what
even
Manny?
younger champs, no fucking fighter is expected to fight champions back to back. None of the fucking guys that you root for are doing that. None of them. Wilder ain't fighting no fucking champions back to back. Charlo ain't fighting no champions back to back. Tank Davis ain't fighting no champions back to back. My man Spence, I'm a fan. He ain't fighting no fucking champions back to back. But you sitting up here talking about a demand for Manny Pacquiao to fight two champions back to back. Have you lost your fucking mind, bro? While Charlo gets to fight, hold up, I ain't finished. While Charlo gets to fight a fucking Dennis Hogan coming up for 154, and there's no demand for him to fight a champion that's offering him $7 fucking million to unify. And then you got this idiot in the fucking chat, Grown Man Boxing, talking about just smoke D. Well, Grown Man Boxing, you idiot. There is the link in the chat. Everybody can come up here and get it. And Grown Man Boxing, you can come up here and join Smoke. Tag team. They call me Thanos. I will dump on both of y'all right now. So you click that link, Grown Man Boxing, or you sit there in the chat and play Chat Warrior. Or you can step up here and get this work. That's what you could do. Yeah, you can keep talking in the chat. I ain't mad, bro. This is me. Everybody here knows me. This is what I do. So you can come up here. You got somebody on your side, Grown Man Boxing. You and Smoke got the same agenda. You got somebody on your side. Come up here. I implore you. I offer you. Double team D. Come double team D Jefferson. Thanos. Let's get it. Now, Smoke, you done bumped your head real hard on an anvil or something with that nonsense you talking. I'm back to you. He just going to play Chat Warrior. He ain't going to click that link. But I'm back to you with this nonsense. I'm talking about the demand. You still have not cleared up the demand and show how that demand is at any way keeping the same energy. You have shown no way possible that demand. The only thing that you're sitting up here is saying is that, oh, Manny's old and the next fight could be his last fight. That doesn't mean that you demand him to drop his belt or fight a champion just because potentially his next fight could be his last fight. So he has to fight two champions in a row. That don't make no fucking sense. But that's the only rationalization that you don't give us. And this stupid idiot Grown Man Boxing talking about you don't smoke me. Well, click the link, dude. Why you still talking in the chat? Click the link. It ain't nothing but no click of a button. You got a flip phone. You ain't got a smartphone. You don't got a smartphone. You don't have with us. Click the link, man. Click the link. Be a man. Smoke. Get this smoke as a man, bro. Get this smoke. It's like all the time. We see this thing. Get this smoke. You stop doing the chat work, so you keep talking in the chat. Go ahead, Smoke. All right,
like I said, the Spence fight is one of the most lucrative fights in boxing, just straight up, hands down. And I think you're also overlooking the fact that Manny said that he wanted to fight these two guys in 2020. I think there's just a lot of stuff. I don't even understand what he said, that he wanted Terrence and Spence in 2020. I think that if he actually were able to knock these guys off, regardless if I think he wins or loses.
He said Terrence or Spence, but go ahead though. Continue.
Okay, that's great. If he would knock those guys off, to me, I think that would add to his already impressive legacy. It would definitely add to his bank account. And just lastly, what I responded to when I said drop the belts was your assertion that he had already done enough. If he's already done enough, that means he doesn't need the belt.
Keep talking. I gotta go out and come in. They said I'm breaking up, but go ahead, keep talking, because I'm gonna come back and kill all that shit anyway.
No. I mean, I said the same thing like over and over again, and you just keep coming back and ignoring the fact that you said Manny has done enough. If Manny has done enough, then he should drop the belt.
Yeah,
he's done enough.
Manny has okay.
Since he's done enough, let him drop the belt and let somebody else go fight.
Right. Okay.
So let's say.
So you let me respond now, right? Instead of keep stuttering.
No, I mean I wasn't done, but you can.
Okay, well finish. Because I want you to finish.
Okay, I'm trying to.
That dumb shit up.
I'm trying to. If he has done enough, and let him drop the belts and let the next generation go and move the division forward. If he hasn't done enough, if he's still trying to be the player in the division and be the man in the division, then let him prove it. I'm done.
That's the dumb shit you be trying to do, bro. You can sit up here and say a phrase and try to give a meaning to what I was saying, bro. And I didn't even say it like that. And it's really simple. Manny has done enough in this game to not have any fucking demands put on him. That's exactly what I said, bro. And I know Manny done enough so he can do what the fuck. But actually, in my opinion, he has done enough and he can do what the fuck he wants. But that's not what I was saying. I was talking about the demands you was putting on him. Manny has done enough that if you're going to put those demands on him, you have to put him on Charlo. So don't just take a piece of what I'm saying and then try to make it into something else, because that's what the fuck you just did. You took a piece of what I said and you tried to make it into something else. So, hey,
okay.
Like I said, I was putting Martin on mute because he had background noise. So if you're going to take that demand from a guy who has already done enough, and you fucking right he has, especially compared to Charlo, if you're going to put that demand on him, then you have to put the demand on Charlo to either fight a champion like Andre, who's offered to him right now and he can get it in unified, or dump his fucking belt. Age has nothing to do with the demand, bro, because that's what you keep trying to connect the two. Like, because this could be Manny's next fight, that's why the requirement should be put on him and not on Charlo. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. That just makes no sense. Okay. And I don't think nobody in the fucking chat agrees with that dumb shit. Hold on, let's introduce Martin Ramos to the panel. What's up, Martin?
Yeah, what's up, D?
What's up?
Yeah, well, you already beat me, so I was about to say what you just said. That that was my understanding when you said that Pacquiao done enough. Is that he's done enough, so you won't have to be demanding him to do certain things because what he did in the sport already.
Exactly, and Charlo has done absolutely dick. So I mean, how can you? You know what I mean? You don't understand the comparison. You got a guy who has accomplished and done nothing. He didn't fight to win that belt. Then he went into the ring and fought a fucking champion to win his belt. Charlo did not even do that. And the best fight because his next fight could be his last. But then Charlo just walked scot-free after fighting a Dennis Hogan. He has his next fight has to be greatness, in my opinion, because your first title defense from a belt that was given to you, you fight a guy moving up in weight, a low-level guy moving up in weight. So your next has to be.
He fought two guys moving up in weight, back to back.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so his next fight has to be greatness, and now you have another champion offering you a unification. What part of this are we lost on, bro?
Hey D,
do you want me to reply? Because I mean I can.
Hold on. Let me real quick, bro. Let me introduce Johnny Boy. What's good with you, man?
What's up? I just have one question before anybody continues, and it's just I don't mean this as a shot at anybody. I'm just curious. What's the comparison?
Nah, bro, everywhere but New York.
Got that background noise. My bad, boy. That was my bad, Johnny Boy. I was trying to do Martin right quick.
Oh yeah, they think.
Oh, okay. No. I'm just curious. What's the comparison with Charlo and Manny? What's the whole?
Okay, let me clear this up for you. So, this smoke is saying And well, this is where it all started. Get This Smoke said basically, Manny, if he's not going to basically fight Spence or Crawford, one of the other champions, he should dump his belt. But I say, if you're going to demand that, then how can you not demand Charlo to dump his belt if he's not going to fight Andre?
Okay, now here, there's a simple. There's a simple.
Wait a minute, Smoke, let him talk. Man, go ahead, Donnie boy.
There's a simple fucking answer to that. First of all, there's a simple answer. There's a simple answer to that. Okay, one, Crawford's with Arum. That's not going to happen. Two, Errol Spence is still at the fucking dentist's office trying to find new teeth. So how could you demand that he fights either one of them guys? We know Bob and Al don't sit down like very frequently like that. So Crawford's out the picture right there. Spence is coming back claiming he wants to jump right into a big fight. But let me ask you something, Get This Smoke. When's the last time a PBC fighter come off an injury and jumped right into a big fight? Never. So that whole argument is bullshit. Right off the rip. And like D just said, how the fuck could you demand Pacquiao to do that? Well, why don't Tank fight Lomachenko and Teofimo back to back? Why don't Charlo fight Golovkin and Canelo back to back? Why doesn't Wilder fight AJ and Fury back to back? If you're going to fight the two best, if you want to match them against the two best guys in the division, I mean, we could do that for all day. So there you go.
Your floor, Smoke. You got the floor.
All right. Okay, cool. So again, the point is, you said he'd done enough, so he doesn't have to fight anybody. And I said, he done enough, and he doesn't need to be a champion. That's my point. Enough, that he doesn't need to be a champion. I didn't say he needs to fight. That's what he said.
You're breaking up, Get This Smoke.
Smoke, you don't have to go out and come back in, bro, because you're breaking up real bad. Like, we could barely get none. Yeah, just back out and come back in, bro. Yeah, all right.
Dude be talking in circles, D.
Yeah. But see, again, like Smoke full of shit again, because again, the whole conversation, just come back in, Smoke, I got you. The whole conversation started, and everybody in the chat heard this fool. The demand, bro. He keeps saying that I said, man, he done enough, he don't have to do nothing. That's not what I said, bro. Smoke, you can keep saying that bullshit, but that's not at all what I said. And everybody understood what I meant. Even Martin Ramos that just came in the fucking building. I said, Manny Pacquiao has done way more than enough to basically succumb to any demand to be forced to drop his belt or fight a champion. Well, that's what the fuck I said, bro. And that makes perfect sense.
D, imagine the heat Pacquiao would be getting if he pulled up 140 pounders back to back that ain't even ranked in the top fucking 10 like Charlo just did. Imagine he'd be getting ripped apart left and right. So how the fuck that's like Pacquiao pulling up fucking Victor Post style and then fucking pulling up Relic or some goddamn body, bro. That don't even come on, man.
Yeah, don't make no sense. Go ahead.
What about pulling up a 35 pounder for a pay-per-view? How about that?
Right. But they'll be good with that, though. They'll be good with that. You know what I mean? It's good for that to happen, but then you put the shoe on the other foot, and then he keep trying to go to other points. Like, nah. We're gonna stick to this bullshit. That motherfucker just tried to change the goalposts on me about 3 times. I won't let that pop off, bro. He tried that about 3 fucking times.
From what this is the point. Sorry, go ahead. There is no justifying this PBC. Like, he always he ride or die for the PBC, but dog, Charlo is ducking a unification for the highest payday he's ever got. How you justify that, bro? 7 million.
5-10.
If you feel you could beat Andrade, you gonna go over there, get that 7 mil, and you're a PBC fighter, and so is Mikey. But where's Mikey at right now? He's about to fight Vargas on DAZN.
Right.
What the fuck way around it is it? Like, how you even go come out your mouth talk about Manny should drop his belt when he just fought 3-4 months ago or some shit, however long, and he just beat a champion? When the last time Charlo beat a champion? Jamal, that is.
From what I was listening to, the conversation was you said Manny doesn't have to do any of the demands that Spence or Crawford give. That's what I heard, and that's 100% true. Manny's done enough in his career where he's the one who dictates everything. He's the A side over Crawford and Spence. You know what I mean? So for him to drop a belt, I don't get that. He don't have to drop a belt. He could do whatever he wants. Manny's earned that right. You know what I'm saying? He's fought everyone. He's fought everyone.
And like I say, you could put it on the other foot too and say, well, okay, well, if Errol Spence don't jump right back into a hard fight after getting thrown through the fucking car, then he should drop his titles, bro. Like, come on, man. And you know, I think Spence is a fucking moron, but I do respect the kid as a fighter, though. So you know, I mean, that's some dumb. That's some that don't even make sense, D. It don't even make sense.
No, and he is a fucking moron for being back in that club like that. I don't care what nobody say, bro. That's a bad move. It's a bad move and a bad look. And I don't give a shit what any of my fellow Spence fans say. It's no good, dog.
Well, and the thing is, bro, like when you have some shit like that happen to you, the first fucking thing they gonna tell you, in counseling or whatever the fuck they made Spence do, the first thing they're gonna tell you is stop kicking it with the people you're kicking it with and change the atmosphere, bro. That's the first fucking thing they're gonna tell you anytime some shit like that happens to you, and they send you and they make you do some counseling or whatever the fuck. Like it's like, bro, come on, man. Come on.
Look what one fly boy said. Little one fly boy said, what you guys say about this, Smoke? This is something that makes somewhat sense to tell you.
Hell yeah.
Pacquiao the man, Spence and Crawford to fight, winner gets Pacquiao. That's something that fucking makes sense. Smoke, look at it. Look at it. That is something that makes sense, bro. I can go for that right there. What about y'all on the panel? I can go for that right there.
That makes perfect sense. Manny's earned the right. That's something he should actually do. He should demand that fight.
And that'll be a good way to get our undisputed welterweight champion too. Like, yeah, because why should Pacquiao have to fight both of those guys? They should fight each other. The winner fights for the rest of the glory, and we get the first undisputed welterweight champion. Like,
respect. They're pretty much. It's like you want Manny Pacquiao to basically do all the work in your generation as well as his.
Yeah,
he already did what he had to do in his generation. Now he has to come out and do all the work for your generation too.
Are you guys done?
Hang on, get the smoke. Let me just say one thing. That's what kills me about this shit, bro. So you want Pacquiao to fight everybody and their mother, but these other dudes don't got to do shit. Danny Garcia's fighting a straight fucking Momo next weekend, but you just want him go straight to all the titles, bro. It's the same thing with Tank Davis. Y'all motherfuckers just be content with him fighting bums, but then he gets the golden ticket straight to the top, bro. Like these young motherfuckers don't even know. They got to put in the work in before they get a shot at the crown, bro. Stop it.
Yeah. Official scorecard. What's up? Who just dropped off? Well, I don't know. But let me throw the link back in the chat. Somebody else will come back on. I think that was Martin Rainbow. Right. Go ahead, Smoke.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to try this one last time because you guys seem to be missing the point. You said that Manny Pacquiao has done enough. And my response to you saying Manny Pacquiao,
he's done enough to not have demands put on him.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Demands are put on every champion, just like you're putting demands on Charlo. Just like you're putting demands on Charlo. There's demands on Andre. There's demands on Tank. There's demands on every single champion to do what a champion does. No matter what you've done in your career, you don't all of a sudden become
none of those guys have.
Please let him talk. Go ahead, Smith.
Right. There is no person who has done so much that they're now exempt from the obligations and what you're supposed to do as a champion. If you don't want the obligations as a champion, give up the belt.
Get the smoke. Okay, now here's where you just fucked up right here, because Charlo hasn't even fought anybody in the top 10 in his own fucking division, bro.
Great.
So
and who's saying he's done enough? Who said Charlo's done enough?
But hold on. This is the issue. This is the issue. What you're doing, right? So everybody was okay, and I vividly remember this. Everybody was cool with Floyd picking and choosing who he wanted to fight because he earned the right? Canelo right now, he's pretty much picking who he wants to fight because he earned the right. A lot of these guys, they did the work. Manny Pacquiao, the guys you're comparing to Manny Pacquiao, they can't even tie his boots. They can't. I mean, what are you talking about? You compare Tank to Manny just because Manny's a champion? Those belts, the belt, he's bigger than the belt. Yeah, he's a champion, but that doesn't mean he has to fight those other guys and clean out his division. Like, this dude has already did that. You know what I'm saying? He's already fought the guys he had to fight. Right now, Crawford and Spence should fight each other, and the winner should get Manny Pacquiao. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
Listen, I don't actually have a problem with that. I just want to say one thing. I just want to say this one thing.
Go ahead.
Both Floyd and Canelo dropped the belt. They dropped belts. When Floyd did his thing, and he didn't hold up the division. He won the fight and then dropped the belt.
Okay. He didn't fight the guys we wanted him to fight, though, right?
Okay.
Did he fight, did he fight Laura? Did he fight Thurman? Nope.
Okay, so that means he fought nobody. So that means he didn't
did he fight Spence?
No.
Did he fight Manny?
Fight the guys we wanted him to fight. He didn't say nothing about fight nobody. Don't try to do the
But he did try to fight the guys. But he did fight the guys that wanted to fight. I wanted him to fight Diego Corrales, and he fought him. I wanted him to fight
I'm talking about welterweight. At welterweight, fam. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, I don't. You just
when he became Money Mayweather, there were fights that we all wanted to see, and he did not do that. We wanted to see him versus Keith Thurman, right? Isn't that the fight we wanted to see? And Mayweather, that didn't happen. We wanted to see him fight Danny. It didn't happen. Like, we even wanted to see him fight Amir Khan. It didn't happen.
Yeah,
Floyd didn't want to, so he didn't have to.
And also, let me just add this to this unbiased. See, I keep thinking you're unrivaled on here over here. I never talked to the rest of you. I've talked to Get the Smoke before, and another thing is, you're putting way too much emphasis on a fucking title. First of all, bro, everybody and their mother has a title nowadays. Okay, all you got to do is have a fucking. All you got to have is a fucking 96 body temp or an 86 body temperature to get a fucking belt in today's boxing. So you're telling me every fucking 68 champions there are in boxing, every one of them behaves exactly like that? They're going back to back fighting the other two best guys in their division.
Hell no.
Exactly. You're talking foolish, bro, and you're putting way too much emphasis on having a title. Pacquiao just put himself up there with the Archie Moores of the fucking history, bro. By doing that, it's at his age.
All right. So when I say demands of a champion, I mean that everybody wants a champion to unify. That's the demands of a champion. If he's not going to do that, it's not my fault that the only other champions are the best in the division. But if he doesn't want to fight the best in the division, then don't be a champion, and then you don't have the champions' obligations. Like you're talking about Wilder's never unified. Like you're talking about Charlo. You're talking about these people who need to unify. That is what a champion does.
Wait, Flemon, please.
Hold on, does that mean Charlo should drop his belt? Jamal,
yes, please hold on. We got to get him on this because this is complete and utter garbage what he's saying. So Tank needs to drop his belt. Charlo needs to drop his belt. Wilder needs to drop his belt. They pretty much all of the PBC need to drop their belt besides J-Rock and Spence.
Leo Santa Cruz.
Leo Santa Cruz needs to drop his belt.
I just told him.
Have they done enough? If they've done enough, then yeah, they should drop the belt. If they
haven't done enough,
no matter what
then great. Then they shouldn't be dropping the belt.
Fighting nobody.
Then they shouldn't be dropping the belt. You're the one saying that Manny's done enough. So if he's done enough, drop the belt.
Man, I ain't saying that shit.
Why would he? Oh my God!
Let me get in here right quick. Smoke. You're not going to make that work. No one said that Manny has done enough and he should do what the fuck he want. I do believe that. What we said though is that Manny should. Well, I said Manny has done enough to not have a demand on him to have to drop a belt after just fighting a fucking champion to win it. And if you're going to do that, then you should have the demand for Charlo to drop his belt because he was given his championship, defended against a 54-pounder, and was just offered unification, but is not taking it. So if you're going to have the gall to demand a Pacquiao drop his belt, then you must have the gall to say Charlo should drop his belt. But you're not agreeing with that. So you can keep trying to switch it up, bro, but it ain't going to fucking work. Because I'm going to keep sticking your ass right back to that. Don't try the bullshit. Don't try it.
Oh, okay. Again, you're trying to switch it up. You just changed the goalpost to saying
you switched it up.
Now I can't finish the thought. Okay. So again, now you're saying since he just fought one, he shouldn't have to fight one next. And if you said that, I wouldn't have said anything about you. But what you said was since what he's done in his career, he shouldn't have to. No demand should be put on Manny. However, Manny's still a champion. Therefore, the demands of a champion are still he's still obligated to fulfill the demands of a champion.
Why is it good for Manny but nobody else though?
Exactly. If the demands of a champion, if the demands of a champion is to unify, right? That's what you just said. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. You just said that. So keep the same energy with Wilder, okay? Charlo, little fat Tank, okay?
Who doesn't?
So,
who doesn't? Who doesn't?
I don't hear you telling them to drop a belt.
Listen.
Hold on, my turn. You don't keep that same energy, and that's what I charged you with in the beginning because I said it earlier, and you can replay this and rewind it back. This is where all this bullshit started between me and you. I said everybody that Unbiased just mentioned, including Charlo, because that was my main point. We have talked about them before. You've been on this panel, and we've talked about all of these people. And you have never said once they should just dump their belt. But now, today, we're talking about Manny, and you put that charge out there. That's not keeping the same energy, dude. You trying to run away from that. Because
no, I'm not.
I ain't finished. If that's your ideology on it, then you should have been said that. If this is how you feel, if you're keeping the same energy and that is your ideology on this situation, you should have been said that 4 or 5 times over. And then you sit up here and talk about a fucking, y'all act like Wilder can do what the fuck he wants to do. And this motherfucker ain't even unified. But now Manny has to fight champion after champion. Get the fuck out of here with that, bro.
Yeah, Wilder ain't tried. Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Wilder ain't tried to unify. Spence got offered a fight to unify with the WBO. He didn't try to unify. He came up with every excuse in the book why he didn't want that. So should he drop his 2 belts, being that he's going to be inactive and he's been inactive?
Okay, so again, if I was sitting here saying that Wilder's done enough, so he doesn't need to unify, I would see where you guys are coming from. But since I never said that,
there you go again. Look, he's switching it. He's switching it. There you go again.
Here's what you guys seem to be missing. That you said that Manny, as a champion, has done enough. Therefore, he doesn't need to unify.
Nope. There you go. Switching it again. There you go. Nope.
No, okay.
That's not what was said.
Therefore, no demand. It wasn't even said to you. It was what
I was listening. I was listening.
Bro, check this out. Awesome. This is what's going to happen with this, bro. This is what's going to happen at the end of this. Your motherfucking ass is going to get frustrated, bro.
I'm not. Why would I get frustrated? I know what I'm talking about. You guys are just on a tangent trying to make a point.
No
tangent. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. The point is all these guys you mentioned, Tank, Wilder, Charlo, nobody is saying that they've done enough that they no longer have to meet the demands of a champion. Nobody is saying that about any of those guys. But you said
so
that
why
about
aren't they meeting?
Again, I'm not done. I'm not done. But you said that about Manny. So the fact that you're trying to now equate Manny to all these other people when you did not say the same thing about those other people doesn't make any sense. But you can keep trying to make it make sense.
This is where your argument falls flat because I was listening. So you trying to now switch the goalposts as usual. Mid conversation. So this is exactly how it went. D said you cannot put demands on Manny Pacquiao. Okay, as in those fighters can't put demands on Manny Pacquiao to fight either one of them because of what he's done in his career. Okay, now and then you came out of your own mouth, literally, like just now, and said that as a champion they need to try to unify. So if you saying that champions need to try to unify because that is the demand on champions, then how come you're not being consistent with that ideology on Charlo, on Tank, on Wilder? And if they are not doing what champions should do, then they should also drop the belt, as you're trying to say Manny Pacquiao should.
Right.
Okay.
And you never said that before. Ever. Ever.
Right. Because nobody said that those guys have done enough. As soon as they've done enough, then they should drop the belt.
Okay, that's where
you're on
that's
the wrong
where
panel. You're on the
that's
wrong
what-
panel then. Why don't you go to the other panels that say that they've done enough? Because this panel, we ain't going to say that they've done enough.
Yeah, nobody.
So
and I would say
why
that.
don't you go over there? Why
Okay,
don't
what
you
you
go
talking
over
about?
there?
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. You know
flat.
exactly what I'm talking about.
You don't know.
You know what I'm talking about. No,
You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm done talking to you. I'm done talking to you, Smoke. Do you know what I'm talking about, D?
Okay.
Hold on one, two. Let me say this. Get this smoke. You get ready to get buried again because you're full of shit. Okay. Now, you just said out your mouth, and everybody just fucking heard you, dude. You just said that you never said it before because we never said none of those guys did enough, right? That's what you just said, right?
Yeah. Has anybody said Wilder's done enough so he doesn't have to unify?
Okay, right. Okay, I get it.
Has anybody said Tank has done
Okay,
enough so he
no,
doesn't
I
have to
get
unify?
it, bro. It was just a simple question. I don't need a long response for that. This is where you're full of shit with that too. Because our discussion here did not start off with me saying Manny's done enough. You made that dumbass statement before I said that, bro. Now you're trying to say that you only said it because I said that, which is impossible because you made the statement and then I gave you a rebuttal. And in my rebuttal, I mentioned that. So you couldn't have possibly said that because I said Manny did enough. You're full of shit and you're bodied again. And
And you keep switching the goalposts because nobody's saying that he has. The conversation wasn't if he had done enough. You said that you were putting demands on Manny Pacquiao, and that's when you said, "Well, if he's done enough, he should drop the belt." And that's when D said you can't put demands on Manny Pacquiao. That's what he said.
Right. But he said
I got that. You guys are
the belt first. You said about dumping the belt first before I ever said Manny's done enough. So don't try to switch it now and say you're only saying that because we said Manny done enough. No, you're trying to backtrack. You ain't backing up out of this. I told you I'm going to keep you on context the whole fucking time because I know how you like to try to go around that circle.
Yeah, circle talks.
Your ass off every time.
But
is it my turn to talk?
Okay, forget about
are you guys just going back and forth?
Hold on, wait. 1 second. Hold on. I was just gonna say, regardless of the whole Manny Pacquiao thing, let's get back to your standard of what champions should do, right? You said champions should unify. That's demand on them, right? So I mean, if this is how you feel, right? So you shouldn't be impressed with Wilder. Right? Because, I mean, the standard of, they need to unify. Wilder hasn't unified at all, right? How long has he been a champion? Right? Okay. Charlo hasn't unified either. Tank, these guys. Let's get back to that. Can we, let's discuss that. Go ahead.
Okay. So, again, this is a time-stamped conversation. So we can just go back into the chat and just see what D said instead of trying to clean it up now. Because actually what he said was Manny doesn't have to do anything because he's done enough. And my response was if Manny wants to rest in his laurels, if Manny wants to rest in his laurels, let him give up the belt. That's A. B, the demands of a champion are still to unify. Just because they haven't done it yet doesn't mean they're exempt from the demand.
Okay, look, check out B Space's comment. I demand Spence fight Crawford next. I demand Charlo fight Boo Boo next. What do you say about that? Get this smoke.
I would say good luck.
all right. But you can say good luck with that.
Oh my god, man.
Good luck.
This fucking dude, bro. This dude. No energy is ever kept the same with this guy right here, man. Everything it just switches, you know. Just if it doesn't go with his narrative of obviously the LDBC and that's where he gets his ideology from. If he doesn't go and coexist with that dumb shit, then he's, you know, it just doesn't matter to him. You know, Charlo, Tank, those you know guys. They don't got to unify. Wilder, fuck it, who cares? You know, unifications. That doesn't mean that he's not a bad fighter or nothing, right? He's great, but Manny Pacquiao, he has to unify. Like this,
and you know,
dude,
it's kind of funny too because
funny,
Wilder, Wilder was
this
making the attempt to unify when Ruiz had it, and then all of a sudden, he didn't want to unify no more. When AJ got it back, what was that all about?
Oh, that's kind of
smoke.
Is he? I'm pretty sure that he put out $50 million in order to get a unification. That's trying to get a unification. I think he agreed to fight for unification. I think that's trying to get a unification. You know, now he's fighting Fury.
$50 million.
I mean, he could have fought Klitschko, but he was still a baby. I think we all forgot about that, though, right?
He's a big baby, poor baby. He's a baby champion.
Yeah, now White's clout type.
He was a baby, right? Check it out. He was a baby, right? But Mike Tyson, the guy who he's supposed to be able to beat up, how old was he when he won a championship? See, Mike Tyson, the guy that Wilder would whoop his ass. How old was he when he won a championship? But Wilder was a fucking baby when it comes to Klitschko.
Yo, look at Teofimo Lopez. How old is Teofimo Lopez? What is he about to do next? Teofimo Lopez?
Unify, right?
Oh, okay. Damn. How old is he? Wow.
Yeah,
right.
It's so easy to destroy.
What is it? I don't know what you guys has pointed. Do you have one, or you just like talking
about
you don't have a point. That's the point we're making.
This dude don't have a point.
He's
stuttering more than a laundromat.
Now it's about me stuttering, right? I'm LDBC. I'm stuttering. I don't have the same energy. Like, what are you guys actually talking about?
The point is the fighters that you're defending don't do shit.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. But I'm the child, right?
Let's get so clear. We ain't making no accusations that you didn't keep the same fucking energy today, buddy boy.
Okay, I got it.
I proved that. Okay.
No, you didn't. All you did was try to change the thing.
You can take it. You can lay down in that casket like Dracula, nigga, because you got bodied on that. You did not keep.
Okay, I know I did. I know I got bodied because I stuttered.
I did too.
No, you just
I know I got bodied.
Now you want people to feel bad for you.
No, I don't.
Look
no,
at
I
you,
just
man. You just a dense ass dude. You ignorant as hell. You don't want to learn nothing. We're telling you.
Is this about boxing? Or is this about me?
This is about boxing.
Okay, no, really,
that's what we.
Can we stop talking about me?
I'm
just saying. Can you stop talking about me?
Every time you
keep stop talking about me.
Every time
is it absolutely
you mention something, I'm trying to explain it to you, but you too dense to listen.
About me, you don't need to tell me about me. I know about me.
And about boxing.
But this is not about. So just
you obviously don't know about
boxing. Okay,
let's talk about boxing. We're trying to keep it about boxing.
No, you're not. You're trying to keep it about me.
Okay, well then we can't talk. Well, then you can't get anything off because it's got to come from me.
No, go ahead. Talk about me.
No, it's got to come from me.
Talk about me.
Oh my God! Now someone's going to talk about me. Oh man, that's it.
I don't care.
All right.
I
So
don't care
what I'm trying to say is, well, if you just stop talking, if you stop talking and you listen,
so you can continue to talk about me.
Oh my God! I'm not even talking about you. I'm just asking you to listen. You so dense. That's what I mean. You're being dense. You're not attempting to listen. Jesus.
You gotta listen to learn.
More about me, huh?
I'm asking, everyone's asking that if that is your narrative,
what is my narrative?
Your narrative is that he should drop the belts, then other people should drop the belts too. That's all everyone's trying to say, is to keep the same energy, and that way you look genuine. Otherwise, you look disgenuine when you don't keep the same energy. Is that simple enough for you?
Yeah, that's pretty simple, but if too bad that's not actually what happens. But sure.
Oh my God.
I'll be back, okay?
I'm gonna go take an aspirin.
Smoke don't give me no headache. Smoke don't give me no headache. I'll give him a headache before you give me a headache.
Yeah, ain't nobody getting headaches around here.
No, but motherfucker, you could give a motherfucker a headache with the way you be going around.
Yeah, I don't know, man. People take their opinions way too serious. That's all.
Well, let me ask you this, Smoke. When you was in elementary school, you was a beast that duck goose, weren't you? Cause motherfucker, you know about going around in a circle, nigga. You was a duck goose champ.
Okay.
That motherfucker.
Well, you sure been ducking the debate.
Man, nobody ducked the debate, bro. I am super busy, and I told you it wasn't me, bro. It was Tommy. It was Tommy and them. You the one who said Tommy be the moderator. Well, he's at a 6.5 hour damn time zone difference.
Yeah, but
then
he's
we
around.
got a 5 hour time zone difference the other way. But you the one sent Tommy. I told you that was the problem.
Yeah, Lisa's ready. Lisa's always here. Lisa says she'll do it. There's people.
Lisa
asked for ducking the debate.
You can do it this week if Lisa do it. What?
Yeah, Lisa says she'll do it.
Dude, I don't know why you so itching to get your ass body. You get bodied on here every day.
I know that you say that, but that's not what actually happens. See, the wonderful thing is there's replay. So like actually all these characterizations you do don't really matter because we can just go back and listen to the fact that you just change, spin, and try to obfuscate.
Smoke, you are hilarious.
No problem with me.
Smoke, okay, Smoke. Look, bro. It's replay and everything, but what you gotta understand is the people that's in the chat, they've been sitting here listening to you and I, bro. They've been sitting here listening to you and I the whole time. So they don't have to replay anything. They don't have to go back. Motherfucker, they heard what you said. They heard what I said. So we can do it this way. Who in the chat thinks Smoke just bodied me in a debate?
Oh my God.
And y'all put it in the chat real quick. I don't want to care. I don't really care about if I won. I just want to know who in the chat says Smoke just bodied me in a debate. Now we got 37 people in here, Smoke. Let's see how many votes you get. What? Moving on to the next topic. Because I'm done with shit now.
Okay.
Hey D, what's up? What's up with the Vesputin bullshit, bro?
Danny?
No, Alexander Vesputin, they say is he pissed hot for some Lingarderol or some shit.
Oh, really?
Shit.
Bro, I didn't even hear about that, Smoke. Wow.
Yeah, it's called hold on, drug testing administered by the Federation Monogasky Boxing, Monaco Boxing Federation returned a positive sample for Vesputin, and it was called. Hold on, what the fuck is this shit at?
No.
And basically, his opponent was saying that he was ducking Vada, even though he was gonna pay for it on both ends. And it's called Ligandra, a stimulant muscle growth. It's like for repairing like muscle cells and shit for aging people and shit.
Wow.
But yeah, he going through what Dillian White going through. So he talking about he about to give up his B sample and all that.
Right.
But ain't that some shit? It's like he was supposed to fire Dennis Ugas. But some kind of way that wasn't about to happen. Now he has a fucking fucked up drug test.
But bro, you know they don't have to give up a B sample. When they take the blood, they take multiple samples. So they'll test one. The B sample is the other one that they've tested. You know what I mean? It's another sample that they've tested. They don't have to wait for them to get nothing up. They have multiple samples already. That's how the A and B sample work. But Truth Bomb Jake said, D is your channel. Come on. Listen. That ain't how we work here, Jake. That's like most of us in here too. Me and this dude Flame On. We done debated before, slightly, but we had debates before. Me and Unbiased had debate before. If I'm wrong, most of the people, Charles D, Samuel Shaw, they all gonna tell me I'm wrong, bro. It's no favoritism, Jake. Just because we on my channel means that I won. No, it's not like that, bro. Everybody that's here. Terrell Knox is this guy right here, Jake. This guy right here is pro PBC, pro Wilder, pro all of these guys I was talking about. So if they felt like Smoke got me in the debate, they would say it. Charles D, Iron Cone, they all keep it 100, bro. It's no favoritism. The motherfucker.
Bro, it's not about him having no opinion either.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's just about the way, like, it's like the obvious is being denied in some cases, bro. Like, it's it's just like the whole shit is dumb. Really, it's like, oh, somebody said Manny don't gotta do shit, but it's like, okay, well, if you feel that way, then why the fuck these motherfuckers ain't gotta do shit? That's really it. Like, everybody should have the same standard for all these boxers, not Manny, not Charlo, not. We should have the same expectations for everybody.
Well, I'll keep it real. Look, the debate just went back and forth about the dumping of the belt, but now I will say this.
Now that was stupid.
I don't think either of them need to dump their fucking belt. I'm gonna be honest about that. Like, I'm not demanding if Manny don't fight Spencer Crawford, he dumps his belt. That's nonsensical. If he goes and fights Mikey Garcia and then go fight one of those guys, where's the harm in that? Especially when he just fought a champion. But as far as Charlo's concerned, I don't think you have to go. Hold on, Smoke. Let me finish this too. As far as Charlo is concerned, I don't think you have to go dump his belt either. Because fuck the WBC and all of the bullshit they do. Like, I won't put no demand on Charlo to go dump his belt. My only thing was, if you're gonna say Pacquiao gotta dump his belt, you damn sure gotta say Charlo need to dump his. If that's the ideology you're gonna have about it. That's all I was saying. But I don't feel like neither of them should dump their belt.
Okay, so like I said, if we're like, you know what, Wilder is a Hall of Famer, he's got 10 title defenses, he don't need to unify, he's done enough in the division. At that point, I would be like, you know what, then Wilder needs to drop the belt because I want to see an undisputed. It's not really that. It's not really that. It's not really that complicated.
Tell Wilder to drop those belts.
It's really not that complicated. It's really not that complicated.
You would never say that about Wilder.
I got it. I know you don't think that. I know you don't think that because that flies in the face of what you're talking about. Again, you make it about me, and I'm talking about boxing. That's all you guys do every single time. Every time you lose an argument, you try to take it about me. You try to make it about my character and what I'm about and what I'm all this stuff. It's retarded. It's not compelling and really.
So Samuel Shaw says, "Hell yeah, I'm definitely gonna tell D Jeff if he is wrong. He knows that for sure." That's a fact.
Get this Smoke question. If let's say after this Fury fight, let's say Wilder wins and he doesn't fight AJ in his next 2 or 3 fights, would you actually say he should drop his belt?
At any point, that's not actually what happened.
No, I'm asking
what happened again. As soon as he's done,
I'm just asking the question. I ain't say it happened.
No, of course not. I wouldn't say that about Manny either. If it's D saying that Manny doesn't have to do anything else. If he doesn't have to do anything else, then he doesn't need to be a champion. As soon as you're done, then be done and let the division move on. It's not that.
But there's no way you can. There's really no way to say he don't have to do shit when he's never unified a belt before.
Okay, but Larry, you know how many people are, how many greats never unify. I mean, that's not really a thing. That's a thing now. There's a proliferation of belts. Maybe it's more important, but there's more to a boxing legacy than unification.
But
there's
I thought you wanted an undisputed champion, though.
I said again, that is the demands of a champion. Although just because you have a Hall of Fame career doesn't make you exempt from the demands of a champion.
Do you want to
if you are a champion?
Do you want an undisputed heavyweight champion or undisputed welterweight champion?
Yes, I want an undisputed.
So if he beats Fury and he don't fight AJ, or if AJ drops a belt or whatever the fuck, he don't unify within 2 or 3 fights after beating Fury, why wouldn't you tell him to drop his belt? Because we want an undisputed champion, right?
Well, again, you seem to keep glossing over the fact that there was a statement made that he doesn't have to do anything more. So if he doesn't have to do anything more,
any of that shit.
Okay,
I'm talking about. I'm just asking a question.
But you keep coming back to it, dropping a belt, as if this other thing didn't happen when this whole dropping a belt thing came up. So here's
I'm not talking about Manny. I'm talking about Wilder.
Let me finish. If it takes 2 to tango, Wilder can try to unify all he wants. Doesn't mean that the other guy is going to bite. Just like they.
Do you know that Eddie Hearn said he would give him 50-50, bro?
I know that's what Eddie Hearn said, but do we know that there is an actual contract or a term sheet being sent over for 50-50?
After this Fury fight, man, we gonna see, bro. And if he turns that shit down again, bro, Ain't nothing else. I don't want to hear shit about Wilder. We
Flame on.
gonna start a drop his belt campaign.
Flame on.
That's
Flame on.
what's up.
Hold on, right quick. Listen, man. First off, you breaking up, motherfucker. We can't even hear you. You bouncing in and out. Just hold up for a second, though. Fix your mic. Flame on. First off, man, we ain't gonna see after this Fury fight. Cause Wilder get ready to get his ass beat. He ain't gonna have the belt to be going to unify nothing. The motherfucker.
I know, like I said, hypothetically, bro. I said hypothetically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't saying. I said, what if? You know what I'm saying? Because
because
like I said,
that lanky motherfucker getting his ass beat. What goddamn Tyson Fury called him skinny leg noodle?
Because I bet you this: if Fury wins that belt, he gonna go unify. The motherfuckers can say what they want.
He already think he can beat Joshua up. He saw box Joshua's head around the ring.
He definitely gonna go take that fight. He ain't gonna
beat Joshua up. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Joshua got a much better chance beating Fury than Wilder does, because he's a boxer, bro.
Yeah, you got to know how to box, and you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know we better not see another draw. I know that much.
Nah, Fury's gonna clip both of them because he's the real boxer in the group. He didn't start boxing whenever he was 20. He started boxing when he's fucking 5.
Yeah, that's a fact. Hey, let me respond to this dumb shit. All right, Turl. Well, it's not dumb shit. Turl Knox, you all right, but still. Turl Knox said, I'm not saying anybody got body, but y'all always ganging up on Smoke, bro. Y'all get mad at him for having a difference of opinion. Now, let me respond to that first and foremost. Turl Knox, before anybody came in here, before I even clicked that button to let anybody in here, and people were backstage, Turl Knox, I was going at Smoke by myself. After I was finished and I felt like I pretty much had him done up, then I started letting other people on. Because this is called Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. And as a matter of fact, Turl Knox, there's the link in the chat again. You can even come on. It's called Speak Your Mind Sports Talk for a reason. You can go in the panel and speak your mind. You can go in the chat and speak your mind. But the idea here is to speak your mind. So I was going to let all of them get on, but they were backstage, some of them. And it was just Smoke and I. So it's nothing about no ganging up on Smoke. I already had Smoke burnt, crisp, and fried before they even came on here, dog. Cut that out.
In all fairness, the only reason you're catching any hell on that deal is because at the end of the day, you're the admin on who gets to let everybody on. And you know when you got the crew of people you got in that chat, listen to that shit, they're going to get on and talk some shit. He knows everybody's going to talk shit. That's why he's here for the shit talking. If he didn't like it, he wouldn't be here. He's here all the time. I got
thick skin. I'm not tripping.
Yeah, no, this guy ain't no fucking slouch. I mean, he'd sound a lot fucking. He'd make a hell of a lot better sense if he'd just say, "I don't argue hypotheticals," but he doesn't say that. He talks in fucking circles. But you ought to just simply say, "I don't argue hypotheticals," because that's what you're doing. You're painting yourself into a corner. These guys are coming at you with hypothetical situations. You don't know how to answer them. You try to answer them, but you shouldn't even be answering them because they're fucking hypotheticals and they don't stick to the facts any goddamn way. But my whole point, D, earlier is, this shit ain't debates. Everybody's yelling on top of each other and bodying him. That's not debates. That's everybody's circle. That's you coming to a fight, putting an ass whooping on this guy, and when he hits the ground, we all come out of the fucking house and start stomping him.
Jake, I
don't think D's responsible for it. Everybody comes here knowing this shit's gonna happen.
Panels work, and Smoke brings the best out of everyone. But
oh, he gets everybody fucking worked up. Dude, he had me mad at a motherfucker that night, and you wouldn't let me get on. And then I'd come the next night, you wouldn't let me get on. I was going to defend him because he was actually right, and unbiased was wrong. I thought. I was fixing to go in on him too. But that's what I told you the other night. I was like, you're stonewalling me. I was going to come to this motherfucker's rescue when I wanted to strangle him the night before.
Hell nah, man. With so many people on, I had people backstage waiting. I wasn't trying to kick you off.
I know, dude. This shit was going ham, but
yeah, it was a lot of people trying to get on. But Charles Knox, I want you to at one point be a man and step up to the plate, dog. Just like Terrence Crawford said, pull your panties up, boy, and step up and step up.
All right. So who's taking bong rips?
That's me.
No, he's making me want to go 2-1 right now.
That was me. That's D. That's D.
All right. So it just for you guys and your like team up and you guys easy work. No matter how confident you feel, how good you're doing these discussions. You've
already lost. You've already lost because
you sound like you're children.
Wait. You're spouting something out, claiming it's fact right now as we speak, and you said you guys, so you all lumped us in one circle.
Only I didn't.
No.
Let
me quote you. You guys are all you got. No, you didn't, because you lumped us all in one basket. And anybody that knows anything, you don't lump everybody in one basket, because everybody, we got our own different minds. Because I can name about 5 people in here that haven't gone on and debated you yet. You haven't debated anybody here. I haven't heard anybody moderate any fucking thing in any type of debate structure. If you want to debate somebody, I'll moderate it right fucking now. I know how to run debates. I did it in high school. I did it in college. I did competitive debating.
Jake, you know what, Jake? That's awesome, because I got a debate set up with this yam yam on my other channel, the Debate Cage, and it's the Lincoln Douglas debate structure. So you know what that is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you guys actually go off a debate structure, I'll be down with it. But don't be mad at me if I'll keep it fair. I don't give a fuck which side of the argument you guys are on.
I'm a matter of fact, Jake. I'm gonna call you. I got your email and all that. Anyway,
yeah, you got me.
For moderation, because I need a moderator on this side. I got one, but he's in England.
Right.
So the time zones was the problem. But now that you just said that, now I'll burn your ass up officially, so you can stop all that goddamn crying about, and Terrell Knox. When I put the video up, you make sure your punk ass there too. Please Debate Cage. Both of y'all come there. Terrell Knox, I want you in the chat so you can see me mop your boy up. This is a one-on-one for all of you guys that don't understand the Lincoln Douglas debate. It's a one-on-one debate structure, and it has a moderator. It has time responses and rebuttals. Jake knows how it works. Jake, the only thing that I did cut out is I cut out the final summary part.
Right.
We don't need 4 levels. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
No. Yeah, you're getting.
So I cut out the final summary and I just put it to the final, and then we'll have 3 levels instead of 4, and then between we'll have the crossfire. So you know how that works.
Yeah, so what I said was all you guys that keep talking about how you bodied me and gang up on me. So I have to clarify to all the people
that I
put in a basket. So
thank
just
you.
to get back to what it was, I was very specific about the people that I was talking about.
So,
if you're in that category, I was talking about you.
Okay, let me tell you something right quick, Smoke, because I just responded to Terrell Knox with that bullshit. And Jake, this one goes to you too, because I agree with you with everybody yelling and all over top of each other. But before I let them on or anybody, it was Smoke and I already had you in the casket with about 10 nails in it, Smoke. You was still yelling through the goddamn wood, bro. You was already buried before I ever let them on. They was backstage. So I didn't want to hear it. But now in the debate cage where it's set up as a debate structure. Well, Jake will be moderating. You understand? You're done. You're done.
What color is the sky in the world you live in? Is it blue like ours? Or do you have like an off purple kind of sky in your world? Like, dude, what are you talking about? You're off in left field.
All right, let's take a poll.
Cut it out.
Let's take a poll right
Can I respond to that real quick? Because that's a pretty good question that he asked. That's just a matter of perspective, because if you're colorblind, your blue might be his green. So
yeah,
you still live in you still inside of a box, dude. A good debater can argue either side. You know what? Right now, I'm pro Wilder. Fucking throw it at me with fury. I'll tell you why Wilder's the best fucking boxer around. The guy's so goddamn good with just his right hand. He's so magical with it. He didn't need to learn fucking anything else. There you go. The best argument for Wilder is that right there. Nobody fucking uses it. It's fucking bullshit, but it's the best argument he's got.
It's fucking bullshit.
Okay, that
Tell me I'm wrong, Smoke.
Fight,
Tell
sure.
me. Oh, dude.
If you never seen him fight, then sure, that's the best argument you can come up.
Yeah,
If
we
you actually
seen
seen
him
him fight,
fight.
then you can see all the other stuff.
Okay,
that he
don't
does.
start with him. Don't even start with him. Let me just say this, Smoke. Let me just say this, Smoke. I want to take a poll right now. Everybody in the chat, if you want to take the poll, and I'll go around the panel. Who think that Smoke is going to defeat me in the debate cage? Flame on.
Oh.
You think Smoke going to win?
Yeah, man. Smoke, man.
Smoke.
Nah.
Flame on, got Smoke. 1-2 kid. You think Smoke going to take me out first?
I think he gonna body you.
There we go. 1-2 kid. Jake Truth. I think so.
You know what? I'm not in this one.
Who's willing to put money?
I'm not in this one because I'm going to moderate it, but I have a good idea who I think's going to win.
Who's willing to wager?
Wager?
Who's willing to wager? All those people that talking like
I'm broke, man.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm broke.
No, we don't have to bet money. We can bet like an act. You know, we can shave an eyebrow on video. We can do some stuff. Like, you know, a wager is a wager. Doesn't have to be money. Who's willing to put their
money where their mouth is? Yeah.
Who's willing to put up or shut up? Who's willing to
Smoke.
put up or shut up?
Well, you go.
Hey, when the debate?
After I got I don't know.
Yeah. Now everybody quiet, right? Now the question.
No, I said, when is the debate?
I just answered the question. You fucking yip.
No,
I said I'm gonna get with Jake. I'm gonna get with Jake and YC and JB, the judges and shit, dog.
No, the panel who was feeling like you're gonna win. Now I'm asking, what are they willing to wager? And now everybody's quiet.
Ain't nobody trying to gamble on that dumb shit, bro.
Okay, exactly. That's what I thought. So who cares? Who cares what they think? Then who cares what they think?
I bet
$100, man. I got
$100. Wait. Who said D was going to win?
No one.
Whoever you said, I think it was D. You said nah. Is Smoke gonna win? You said nah. There's only 2 people.
Oh yeah, I said you're not gonna win. Of course, I'm gonna say that.
No, I thought it was the other dude.
Too. I swear I got $100, man.
There it is.
I bet 100, man. That's all I got, dog. I'm broke.
We don't have to bet money. Like I said, we can bet a pack of gum. We can bet just for talking, right? For shit talking, right?
Yeah,
If you want to put something on it, put something on it.
Smoke. That's smart to keep it to something just a simple wager because your ass gonna.
I'll change.
Whatever
I'll change my
you gonna lose.
I changed my panel name to Get This Smokes the Best for 2 weeks or some shit.
All right, there it is. About that works for me.
Yeah, now what you gonna do?
That works for me.
You gonna go radio silent for 2 weeks? I don't want to see
man,
you on no
lost your
panel talking none of your shit.
Okay, yeah, no, I got it. So what are you gonna do? If you're
I got the bet between you and
I got you. No, I got you. What I want.
No.
I'm saying I got a wager. I got a wager. When
change your name to Get This Smoke Sports Talk.
Not even that. I want you to just say, you know what? I love narratives.
I don't gamble.
That's what exactly. There it is. Another narrative.
Yeah, that's no narrative. I said that shit 100 times, bro. I don't gamble.
I thought it's
I had a gambling problem.
I thought it's a sure thing. This ain't a gamble.
It is a sure thing, but I had a gambling problem. I don't gamble.
Okay, so, well then let's move on. Let's talk about boxing. Yeah.
I not in whatever it is, Smoke. The only thing that just happened there is I saved you a wager. So, be glad that.
Okay.
I just saved you a wager.
So Get This Smoke.
I got you. I understand that you are very strong in your perspective about what's happening. It may be completely divorced from actuality, but I know that you think what you think.
Yeah. Whatever, man. Go ahead. Who was that 1-2? Go ahead. 1-2.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. Get This Smoke. So, how do you think Wilder's gonna unify? What do you think he should do to unify? Like, how do you think they can make that fight happen?
I think the fight will. Literally, man, I don't know. I thought the fight was gonna happen when 50 million happened. I really don't know. So if they offer him 50-50 like the man asked for and he doesn't take it, then I got to reevaluate. But it depends on also what the offer is. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
You think he deserves a 50-50?
Deserves?
Yeah,
I know that.
Your personal opinion.
For me, it's not even. I don't go that deep with it because I don't. There's not. I don't have enough information to make that assessment. But for me, for me, that if that's what it takes to make the fight, do it.
Now that's something that I have said before, and that's something that I actually agree with. Because see, this is my thing with that, man. Now this is my thing with that right there. That's probably the first thing you said that I actually full-fledged agree with in about 2 months. But anyway, check this out, man. I gotta agree with Smoke on that. If it take 50-50 to make that fight, bro, and I'm gonna end this live on this one because I gotta go. I got my basketball live start. If it takes 50-50 to make that fight, do it. Because for those belts, when you got all of those belts, it's worth way more than haggling over the pennies, 60-40. That's fuck all of that, bro. What is a mere 10% when you got all of those belts in your hand? You know how much all of those belts are worth? So if it's a mere 50-50, if that's all it takes, do it. I'm with that.
So Crawford should get 50-50.
No. We're just talking about Wilder and AJ, bro.
I agree with that too, but that shit, man, that's gonna open up a can of worms. Now you're gonna have all these fighters demanding 50-50 and shit. Like, man,
right afterwards.
But you know what they can counteract that? The easiest way for them to counteract that is to say, listen here, y'all motherfuckers ain't the heavyweight division. That only happened in the heavyweight division. And then slam all of that shit and everything's the normal.
Andrew had more of the titles.
He should do it, but if he does 50-50, he shouldn't give Wilder no rematch clause.
No, he shouldn't give him no rematch clause, and they should cut all this shit out. If you're going to get 50-50, motherfucker, fuck that, because he's clearly the B side. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But anyway, let me get some closing thoughts, guys. I gotta go to this basketball live right quick. And if y'all want to or listen to me commentate, y'all come check in about 5 minutes after I close this down.
Who's playing?
Spurs in the Heat.
Appreciate D letting me on, man. All I gotta say, man, I figured out the PBC game. All they gonna do is take all these bullshit ass fights, and then Al gonna cash their ass out in the end because he know they gonna lose any fucking way, man. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Flame on. Appreciate you coming, bro. Truth Bomb Jake, what's up, my man? Jake, you there? Jake getting us some. Get this smoke. Give me some closing thoughts. Fam.
Well, you know what it is, man. It's always a pleasure. Love chopping up with you guys. And until next time.
No doubt. Thanks for coming on. Get this smoke. My man, 1-2 Kid. What's good with you, dog? Give me some closing thoughts.
Yo, D, shit. Thanks for having me on, man. I enjoyed myself. I hope the panel enjoyed themselves, and I hope everybody in the chat enjoyed themselves. Hope it was a bit entertaining. I'm just trying to bring, and for the love of sports, once you get them out,
man. All right, appreciate you coming on, Jake. Are you there?
Yep.
All right, Jake, give me some closing thoughts, my man.
Man, we're gonna get this stuff lined out, man, and we need to start getting it structured because I understand.
Oh shit, you cut out, Jake. Damn. Well, Jake, hit me in the email too, and I want to talk to you about that other thing too, that 24-hour thing we was talking about. But anyway, guys, appreciate everybody coming through, man. I gotta go do this basketball live. If y'all into some basketball, I'm getting ready to do the Heat versus the Spurs game. Shout out to my man Chin Smoke. This is in dedication to Chin Smoke. He want to Heat versus the Spurs, so I had to give it to him. But y'all know I always do this thing for the love of sports. Let's talk about it.